Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, literally May 2nd, on Thursday, the developers of 6 Days in Fallujah posted a new devlog and a new update for the game. I'm going to be reading the devlog and kind of giving you my opinions. So for the first one they have here is point shooting. We've added another crosshair option for players who preferred our previous point shooting system. A single dot can be selected in the game settings, offering players more flexibility for how they engage in combat. Please note that the latest point shooting system is still active, and fire will continue to be less accurate at longer ranges and more accurate in close quarters battles. Even with the dot active, we're still looking into ways of making AOS, aim over sight, more viable for players who prefer having the crosshair disabled. That's actually a good update. I like that. They're trying to make ways and fix the ways of how you engage, because there's, if you don't know, right now there's two different ways to aim. You have your regular ADS and then you have your aim over sight, which is basically you're kind of somewhat like you have the gun in a lower position. The best way I can say it is hip firing, but you're not really hip firing. You just have the gun, the barrel lower, so you see above the gun. For the second one is interactions. Our interaction system has been reworked. Now players no longer stand directly in fatal funnels in order to perform interactions. These can now be performed from a wider angle, are more reliable in focused areas, and can now be cancelled for a brief window of time, giving players more control over exactly how they breach into interiors. For example, it's just one of the many improvements to interactions we have planned in 6 days. I'm actually excited for that too. That's one of the things too. In 6 days, I do like how you vault over stuff. I do like the animations when you're climbing over walls, or stuff like that. Even when you're opening doors, you do have to stand in front of it. And so when you do open it, you're kind of fucked. But now you can open doors from a little slightly more angle. I'm going to see how much more. But that's actually a really good update. That should have been in the game for the longest time, but I'm happy that they finally added it. Game difficulty. Finally, game difficulty has received a major balancing pass. Based on player reports, we've identified and addressed a series of bugs that broke game difficulty. This resulted in a series of unintended difficulty spikes during gameplay and created a frustrating experience for new and veteran players alike. That's kinda true. Just like real life, 6 days is now very much balanced for a full fire team, so solo play will be realistically challenging, but now we hope players will find difficulty a little more manageable, of course. We'll continue to iterate on this with the community as we continue development. No, we initially plan to include dedicated server testing and incremental matchmaking in this release, but we've identified some bugs. We plan to hot patch these into the game as these issues are resolved in the coming weeks. That's good. That's good. Having a dedicated test server is actually good for the game, so we can, players can hop in, test it out, and if there's any bugs, they report it or whatever, and they can go ahead and fix the game. That's actually good. So in terms of the game difficulty, I don't know what's taking them so long for the AI squad, because if I remember correctly, when I first got the game back in like August or something like that, let me go back here. They specifically, I saw the roadmap. They specifically, I couldn't find a post of, or the devlog. I had to go back later in the future, maybe. But I'm pretty sure I saw something, because that's one of the things that made me buy the game, is when I saw that they were gonna add AI squad like in Ready or Not. I don't know how that would work, if they would just kind of aimlessly follow you around, or you have to command them like in Ready or Not. I don't know, but maybe I'm just completely wrong, or I just imagined it. But basically, the interaction system improvements is the prompts. They added a brief window for animation for canceling. Press backward, so basically S on the keyboard, to abort the interact. Added the ability to interact even while standing to the side of fatal funnels. Increased angle in which interacts operate. That's good. More registration consistency. Interact visibility more reliable in focus area. That's true, because sometimes you have to fiddle around with, like, pressing F to interact with stuff. Increased camera panning during bandaging and BIED interacts. Improved camera positioning when interacts, and improved camera smoothing during interactions. New animations. Resupply from AAV. Clearing weapon caches. That's good. More animation is always better. Keeps, you know, the lifeblood of the game going. Game difficulty improvement. We've opened the hood and dug deep into the game's innards to fix issues that were causing the game's difficulty to be unintentionally spiky. While the game is still intentionally challenging, it should also seem fairer. I agree. Weapon and shooting improvements added in incremental gun up state with collision occurs after gun short stock limit reached. Improved weapon feel added minor weapon recoil to all player weapons. Okay, that's fine. I mean, all guns felt like they had recoil. I mean, not the MG. The MG felt a little too accurate, you know, for an MG. But you know, sync ADS blend times to magnification rate for all player weapons. Movement improvements. Sprint no longer requires a double tap. Hold down the sprint run key, rep naturally. Oh, thank God, that's good. Okay, that's good because they have sprint and run, but you don't have to do that now. You just gradually run into a sprint. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's good. I actually like that. Emergent objective improvements. New onslaught emergent objective. Enemy AI whistleblowers trigger waves of enemies spawning at random intervals. Communicated added to players with VO and Frago updates. Mortars. Added mortar zones to communicate areas covered by mortar fire. Craters. Unexploded mortar shells. Armory. Added RPG insurgents to rooftops. Oh, okay. That sounds bad, but when you think about it, that's good because you're gonna be able to identify the armory faster, you know, because they're gonna be on the rooftop or the second floor balcony. Roadside bomb, no longer exclusive to Objective Virginia. Also populate in stationary VBIEDs. Impact VFX improvement. Bullet impacts increase visibility. Impact holes now visible on both sides of object when projectiles penetrate surfaces. Increase intensity. Gameplay improvements. Added crosshair options in gameplay settings, crosshair visibility, single dot. Audio improvements. Added sound quality settings, performance. Oh, they added. Oh, this gets me excited because I have a Astro 850 with like EQ settings, so this makes me excited. So they added sound quality setting options, performance, designed for machines that meet the minimum system requirements, higher audio latency and lower number of active sounds gives slower CPUs more time to process audio data. Balance, designed for machines that meet the recommended system requirement. Cinematic, designed for more powerful CPUs, low audio latency and higher number of active sounds. Scales audio performance to allow for less latency and higher number of sounds. Provides performance options for slower machines. Note that changing the setting requires a game restart to take effect. Dude, that's actually good because the only other game that I've personally seen that have you know, higher quality impact performance, or that tells you at least, is the Zombie Army games, or the Rebellion games I should say, from Zombie Army and Sniper Elite. Those two games are the only ones that have that, and then they just added it here. Increased sensitivity of walkie icon in multiple lobbies. That's good because that's true because sometimes they're talking and the walkie icon does not pop up. Updated sniper rifle audio. Decreased hearing loss muffling in sandstorms. Limited tinnitus, or tinnitus, however you want to pronounce it, in instances of hearing loss effect cannot be triggered by getting shot. Localization. Full pass on Korean localization for improved clarity. And then these are all the small bug fixes. I'll let it scroll down slowly. Fix an issue when planning C4. Like basically a lot of stuff that's broken with the game. They fixed a lot of stuff. Like they went in here and they fixed a lot of stuff. That's incredible.